What we're going to tie here is a Dunkeld Sparkler. So I normally like to tie it on a double, but I'm tying it on a B175 size 10. What I'm using is black black Wisp thread 14.0 for the fly. So just put the black thread on. I'm going to take that down to the bend of the hook. You can use various colours for the tails, but my favourite colour, you can use amber, reds, oranges, but my favourite colour is Glo-Brite 12. So I'm just going to pull off 4 of those. Now I've got 4 lengths, so I'm going to double it, then I'll treble it until I feel as if I've got the right thickness for the tail. That's not too bad. So what we'll then do is we'll catch it in and open turns, we'll go forward and just keep pulling it back until basically that's going to finish at the thread there. Because you're using a tinsel for the body, you need to try and make sure you've got quite an even body underneath to lay the tinsel down. Right, I'm quite happy with that. What I'll do is I'll just leave that there. Now the tail, I'll leave that on until the end, because what I'm going to do is I'll use that for other Dunkeld sparklers. Now I'm using gold, small, Uni-Wire for the rib. So just take off a piece of that. Same again, the reason I've left the thread up there is so I can put the wire in, catch it in, and then wind backwards. So it's all going to be the same length the whole way back, the same width, and you're not going to get bumps and bulges on the fly. Now gold body, you could use gold holographic I suppose if you wanted, but I just know use the normal gold. And what I've got is I've got the silver gold both sides, so you obviously want to tie it down with the silver side facing it. Wind it forward again, stop. Now at this point I'm going to put a little bit of varnish on, so just put a little bit on so that there's some kind of purchase for the tinsel, because I find the tinsel quite slidey. Now we're just going to go forward, overlapping turns. Just keep going. Right, happy with that. Tie that off. There's a little bit sticking up there, but once the winging that's done, that'll be out of the way. At this point I'm going to whip finish, because the last thing I want is that body all springing loose and coming apart. I've whip finished. Now I'm just going to take my finger and push that down a little bit. Just basically crimping it in. Okay, now Cock Hackle, this is a Metz grade 2 that I've dyed. You can use any sort of Cock Hackle as long as it's quite bright orange. Catch it in. Okay, we're just going to palmer that down the body of the fly. Now that's the palmer finished, so we're now going to hold that with my right hand. I'm then going to bring my gold wire round. The wire is quite stiff, so I've now swapped hands. The hackle's in my left hand and I've trapped it with a wire, so that allows me to free up both hands. Now all I'm going to do is work the wire in between, going forward, catching each turn of hackle in. That's that. Just give it a wee brush just to make sure there's no fibres trapped. Pull the hackle fibres back and catch it in. Now you can use scissors, whatever you want to cut the wire, but I'm just going to wiggle it and it breaks off quite easily. Just trim the excess hackle. Okay. Right. once again I'm going to do a little wet finish, just for fail safe, in case anything goes wrong. Think of it, look back in your computer up. Right, now the first thing I'm going to do, definite advantage, silver and pearl flash. Now it is a sparkler and I like to have this underneath the main wing. I've cut quite a generous length off and I'm going to cut it square at the end and just pinch and loop over the top until you catch it, and then just pull it back slightly and then tie it in. Okay, so that's us get the first wing in, the under wing. I'm quite happy with that. The over wing, gold marble flash. Now the original one was tied with lure flash, freckle flash, but I found it was so hard to work with because it was unsupported, as they call it, which means it doesn't have the sort of thread wrap round the actual flash. I'm doing the same again here. Now there's probably twice the amount of flash on this wing than there is on the under wing. Catch it in and just tidy it up. Right, just keep going until you've covered it all up. Now you can tie these with orange heads, green heads, yellow heads, you know, the hot head versions. I prefer just the black. Finish that again for obvious reasons, so it doesn't all come apart. Now because it's an international flight, I'm going to pull the two wings, get them a bit of tension on it, and then just trim them. And I've trimmed that at an angle because that's the way they'll sit. Now I'm going to trim the tail just to the end of there. And last thing to do, if you wish, you don't have to, but I'm going to put jungle cock on it. Same again, what I'm going to do, just a bigger jungle cock feather and then trim it, cut it down the middle. So you've got a split feather, pull the flue off, grab the feather, bring it up, pull it down the sides and just catch it in. Trim the excess off, tidy the head up again. That's what's good about this 14-0 thread. You can do loads and loads of wraps with thread and it doesn't bulk up. Just wet finish. And trim off the excess thread. Now, I'm just going to give the head a coat of varnish. Turn it round. There we go. Dunkeld Sparkler. Fantastic fly on Loch Leven, anywhere else. Anywhere for wild brownies. I actually prefer it on a B 270 double, size 12. But it works well on a single as well. You can, as I say, put any colour of tail in you want, amber, any of the Glo-Brite colours, they all work, but for me the green's the favourite.